This program is brought to you by freekeene.com. Freekeene.com features audio, video, and blogs chronicling the transition to a voluntary society. Freekeene.com also has comments and discussion forums so you can be heard. Freekeene.com.
Russell Koenig.
This video, shot by New Hampshire videographer Nick Ryder, shows Keene District Court Judge Edward Burke attempting to stop him from panning his camera.
For the driving after suspension.
Hang on a second. You may not be aware of the rule. The camera has to stay focused. You can't pan. You can't move the camera once you've got it decided where you're going to be. So you're going to have to have it. You're going to have it big enough to pick. You can't be moving the camera back and forth.
I'm sorry. There's more than one person talking though. So.
Well, if you can't get everybody in the picture, then you can't be moving the camera. That's one of the rules. You can't move the camera back and forth. Maybe next time you should come in first. We can talk about it first.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep.
It was shot recently, fall 2008. This is, of course, September 17th, 2008. Of course, if you can't pan a video camera, you might as well not bring it. So this restriction constitutes an unacceptable assault on freedom of the citizen press. To rectify this injustice, I've informed Judge Burke that, in the absence of emergencies or illness, I will attempt to enter the courtroom and pan my camera. I've told him I'm willing to get arrested rather than comply with the pan ban. So I'm scheduled to show up at court September 26th, a little before 8 a.m. There I will try to videotape a speeding ticket case. The court does not have a listed fax machine, so I've sent Judge Burke an open letter. Dear Judge Burke, your restraint and politeness in the handling of David Cruz's civil disobedience case this spring turned me into an unlikely fan. It was a reminder to liberty lovers that judges in New Hampshire tend to be less violent than those in other places. However, I'm concerned regarding your stated intent to begin enforcing a bizarre rule against video camera panning. In my 15 years of service as a TV news photographer, I've never seen anything like it. To tell a videographer he can't pan or tilt his camera, that's like telling a writer she can't hold a pen. It violates the spirit of a speedy and public trial. That is dangerous. Apparently, this is a district court regulation, but it's not acceptable and must be openly challenged. Unfortunately, I don't have the skills, money, or time to effectively use the means the state has provided me for changing it. So I'll follow Thoreau's example and undertake constructive disobedience. Over the next few days, I will go through the usual process that a videographer undertakes to film in your chambers. I'll seek clearance to record Nick Ryder's speeding ticket hearing, currently scheduled for 8:30 a.m. September 26th. In the absence of emergencies or illness, I'll attempt to enter the courtroom with my camera. I'll try to follow any reasonable rules, and perhaps some unreasonable, that you may wish to impose. I'll operate as unobtrusively as possible. But I will not comply with the pan ban, or any rule that intolerably restricts a videographer's ability to document this taxpayer-funded event. If you forbid me from entering the courtroom with the camera, I'll ignore the ban and repeatedly attempt peaceable entry. If allowed in but ordered to cease panning, I'll respectfully refuse to comply with the command. If ordered to leave the courtroom for any reason that seems unacceptable, I will politely decline. I'm ready to undergo arrest or detention if that's what it takes to bring attention to this First Amendment matter. This is happening not because of your decent treatment of Cruz nor your allowance of cameras. I respect and appreciate those things. They were almost enough to stop me from bothering you with this. But your court's unacceptable regulations on videographers and your statements to Ryder indicating you will begin enforcing them makes this act of constructive disobedience imperative. You have various courses of action to pick from, but in the end you will either allow me to aim and operate my camera in the courtroom or use force against a harmless citizen. Yours, Dave Ridley, Manchester. Now, just today, I received a note from a third Keene videographer. Well, I guess I could be considered the second, even though I'm from Manchester. But a third videographer who operates in Keene, who says he is, quote, he is really, quote, pissed off about this. This videographer says he says usually judges will only stop you from relocating your camera, not panning it. So you can pan the camera, but not relocate it in most of the New Hampshire courtrooms he's operated in. So, Judge Burke, although perhaps less violent than some judges, appears to be stepping out of line on this. And it's time to send him a message that he needs to be more cautious about restricting the new media. If you'd like to attend this event, all the details are on the video description for this clip. You can also contact me with questions at RidleyReport.com. So I'll see you at the Civil Disobedience event, September 26th at Keene District Court.
freekeene.com